In this photo, I'm using Elements 2018. We're going to do a few things here. Most of this will work with previous versions. I have this layer here. I'm going to duplicate it first. I do the Control J. We have a new layer. That way, if we alter things. What I want to do here, I want to get rid of the stairs. I don't want them showing up. I click on the Spot Healing Brush tool. I'm going to slide this over to the right. I'm going to make sure content aware, and when I go here I have a nice big brush. I just drag it gently through here. It picks up what's going on a little faster than the cloning. I just go over here gently. I'm not going to get a perfect result at this point. I'm trying to keep the video not quick, but so you understand, we'd have to fix this area a little bit. Next thing I want to do, I want to add another photo to this. Let's say I want to add an eagle. I go into here, I right click, I copy the image. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Right click, copy image, not the address. I want to put a nice big fat eagle in here. I click on File, New, Image from Clipboard. Very cool. I'm going to crop it down a little bit. It gives you that little tip tool down here, but you can still do what you want. I'm pulling this in front. Want to crop again. I just drag through it now. What I want to do, I want to get rid of this background. Control plus, Control minus shrinks it down. This could take more than a little bit of time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the eraser tool, and then if you go down here, you click on Magic Eraser Tool. I click my mouse in here. It actually did a great job. You might see some blue stuff in here. You'd have to go in and go into the regular eraser. It could take more than a few minutes. What I want to do, I have these two pictures here. I want to put this eagle inside here. It's going to get bizarre for a minute, but do not panic. I'm going to click on the Move tool. I click inside this eagle, drag him into here. He's huge. I had the bounding boxes showing, and in here, on here, you look down here, auto select layer. He's a little bit too big. I put my finger on the shift key to keep the proportions, and I have him, he's actually stretching here. I'm going to hit the undo. I go in here. In 2018, you don't use the shift key. In some programs, you do versions. So I've got this lovely eagle here. But wait a minute, I want him flying the other way. I just click inside the side here. I could pull him over. So I've got that. Apply the transformation. I don't need this anymore. I just don't need to save it. No. You can save it if you want. So I've got this here, but let's say I want to have another eagle in here. Oops, I clicked on the wrong layer. Undo. Make sure you're on the correct layer. Your mouse is positioned. Again, I did it again. And what I could do, keep my mouse in the middle. Now I'm moving it. I could name the layer, double click inside here, Eagle. If you're doing a lot of layers, you're going to need to name them. I'm going to duplicate this. Control, Command J, or I could right click and duplicate it. I'm going to click inside here. I'm going to move him. I could resize this guy, make him look a little smaller, pull him over to this way. So we got these two eagles visiting, and let's say I want him in back. He's there, but watch this. Let's say I want the big eagle in front. I just want to show you this. Yeah, those check marks, I hit the enter key. This is the big eagle. Let's say I want him behind here. I'm going to zoom up. And what I do, I just drag him up. So now I have him in front. It's a simple way of doing this, but I can move him around. So we've got that in here. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. hit the pause button if you need to. I want to add some text here. I should always save my work as I go along, and it's going to become a PSD because there's layers in here, and I'm going to call this lighthouse poster. So I want to add some text. So I click on here, I draw a rectangle here. I am going to type in lighthouse. I want to change the font to color. I highlight as I do in Word. If I want to change the font, again, I'm going to move this over to here. I could change the font in here. And I will use, let's say, Old English text. You could choose anything you want. And I want to make it larger. It says 36.13. Let's make it 48 point. So I've got lighthouse. And if I don't like the color, I highlight, go into the color here. It goes into all these palettes here. Other color swatches here, default. I can go into web hues here. Let's just say I could just scroll down here. It goes into, like, you have hundreds of colors to choose from. So I'm going to use a deep blue, and I just have that made blue. If I want to make it larger, I want to make the font here. Let's say I want to make it a different size font. I can highlight the numbers here, make it 65. So you've custom fonted this. Checkbox. If I click inside here, I can move it. Next thing I want to do, let's say I want to add an effect to this. I want to add a drop shadow. And to do this, I click on Window. You have effects, filters, other things here. I click on effects, and I could do it a faded photo. I don't want that. But it goes into different things in here. I'm going to say show all. If you click on these things here, it will do some things here. These are pretty gross. I'm just going to hit, ooh, I hit the wrong thing. What I do, undo. So I have that there, but I want to talk about adding the drop shadow. You can create books and other things here. A lot of things to do in this program. I'm going to click on Window again, and you just go into these different things here. And what I did was the effects here. I'm going to go back onto this. I close it out. Window, effects. And I could just scroll down here. They keep adding new features to this program. And I have adjustments here. I'm going to close this window out. And you can look inside here, styles. Aha. This works much better with text. You can go with text here. You can go into drop shadows. I could click on this. You can see that. I'll try one or two others. Bevels. You can bevel the text. So you've got that. This is technically your finished product. Quick summary of what is done in class.